but he was actually playing PUBG Mobile. So I went on and downloaded the game and tried. The first thing that I realized about the game, it was interactive, because I could talk to of course COD has that, but in PUBG Mobile, I met a Kenyan player at random. It connected me with a Kenyan, and that is when I made that connection to PUBG Mobile, because it was so easy for me to get a Kenyan friend,
a co-player.
Yes, so we played together for a very long time, and he introduced me to other friends, and just like that, PUBG Mobile changed, and I just realized this is it. This is the game I actually want to play. So I selected PUBG Mobile, and
that's interesting. That's interesting. PUBG Mobile. And which year was this?
2017.
That's a long time you've been playing PUBG Mobile. Wow. So you're a pro in the game, which is interesting, which brings me back to the fact that, accessibility to games in Africa. How easy was it to download and play and be able to build up? How easy was that from 2017?
Oh, it was not easy, especially if you do not have a device. I didn't know about the measures of playing a good game is to have a good device. So I remember I started with the Huawei 2016. I know it was Huawei 2016. And my friends would make fun of me by telling me to land somewhere, because my phone will not render the place you've landed. So I'd see an enemy running, but there's a building. So they'd ask me, Mitch, can you see the enemy? I say, oh yeah, there's someone there. So I was playing with a low-end device, and for many people, that's the case as well. If you look at the gaming community, if you look at the comments, if you take your time and one day just read comments on these gaming platforms, all games, there's always someone asking for a device. There's always someone saying, I need a device, I need something to make this work. So even for Africa, that's the case. Devices are not even cheap. So getting a good device to play with it does take a lot for us. Everyone, not just Africa, but I believe everyone is having the same issue. A device can be a big deal breaker in gaming.
I'll download PUBG Mobile. I've not played PUBG Mobile before. I played Call of Duty and Blood Strike, but I'll try that PUBG Mobile. That's interesting. So since then, you've grown. Have you been in a team? Have you been in competitions? And how was that experience, if you have?
Yes, I have been in a team. We were called Tycoons. We still are called Tycoons, just that I don't play competitive with them anymore because of being a caster. And for the team there, we had our first official tournament. It was the Red Bull MEO in 2022, I believe. And that was a scary part for me. We had ladies there. I believe Queen Arrow came to watch it. It was a Red Bull event. But the gamers, I was the only lady, and all I can say is it was scary. No one could see this, but I was shaking. You know how you hold a phone and your hand does this? I couldn't shoot. It was bad, but I'm glad I had that experience, because with that experience, that's how I decided to, give it a try. I did have a phase where I had the esports blood. I want to be an esports player. I want to try and be on that global stage. But the ratio for ladies to men at that time compared to now, it was quite low. So playing alone there with my team, the Tycoons, we tried our best, actually. We didn't win, but we definitely had a good time. So that has been, again, the same reason why I believe, again, getting to experience this esports moods and playing in a team like you've asked if I had one, that is what built me as well. Because that same team is the same team that I am with right now, running the Kenya PUBG Mobile League. So it's a good thing.
I think from what you're saying, your experience, your journey has taught you a few things, and you've explored and exploited those opportunities, and that's what brought you into a path that wasn't the original path you started on. And so for me, thinking that it's also the case that people need to have a go at something. People need to come out of their shells, because I do hear in the community that the different categories of people, they call themselves gamers. They've got the esports athletes. They've got the pro esports athletes. So the gamers make a very, very large group of people in the African community. These are the people who play non-competitive, friends, in their homes and stuff like that. but they've not experienced. Look at how you describe your experience with shoutcasting, the first shoutcast, the first tournament. Those experiences expose you to opportunities. It might be scary, but today, your position in the PUBG space, 2017 to 2016, 9 years, sorry, 2026, 9 years, you've grown massively, and your position is an envious position of leading a PUBG casting and PUBG in Africa. It's great. If you hadn't gone through that fire, that blessing of fire, then you wouldn't have explored. So you've got to try it to find out, which is great. And thanks for inspiring many people, because I'm sure people are going to listen and say, I'm going to take up this position. Because how many casters? You say five. We've got 54 countries in Africa. So if a caster for every country, one thing I've noticed as well is that we don't have French casters or French speaking professionals in the esports space. Franco Africa, we need more of that. And again, the people, I know many people in the community who are all narrowly looking at being an esports athlete, but they're casters, they're analysts, they're presenters, the fashion, the coaches, the health professionals in the esports space who can take up all these roles. So thanks for inspiring us. Thanks for inspiring us.
Glad I am.
It's great. So, talking about PUBG Africa, I'll be honest with you, I love your social media page. I love your, especially Instagram page, because it is busy, it's constant, and it's always having some creative measure. Tell me about PUBG Africa. What is the plan? What is the idea? How are you engaging constantly with people?
Okay, for PUBG Mobile Africa, I'd say they're actually community first with how they handle everything that they're doing, from community management to events for PUBG Mobile Africa. Surprisingly, they have given the community a chance to lead themselves as they follow. So each region has been given a moderator who connects with the community and can easily take what the issues are in the community and directly address them with PUBG Mobile Africa. So once they do that for themselves as well, they easily connect to the community. If you've noticed, they do celebrate every African national holiday. If it's Mashujaa Day for Kenya, if it's Labor Day across, they will celebrate it with the whole community. And that has been an approach that I can say is really working. It shows they are trying their level best to embrace the African culture, the African community, and they have given opportunity to people. They're now taking African players to that global stage and letting them experience how it is to play in the esports scene. We can see they have taken people to games like PMGC from Africa, just so that they can get to be exposed to what PUBG Mobile really is outside of Africa in that global stage. So I can say PUBG Mobile's approach has always been community first. Even for the rewarding, they have placed measures where players can play the game weekly and earn rewards from that. They have also put measures where players can win devices. So it has been a good approach from them. They're trying at their level best to really make the community feel seen and heard. And that is how we're actually growing. The engagement for Africa is growing bigger and bigger by the day. And I can say PUBG Mobile Africa is actually doing a good job.
Yeah, I like the approach, community first, and that is a very African-centric or Afrocentric way of living, because we always live with community, right? From family. If we break it down to family, it's not about the nuclear family, it's about the extended family, your aunties, then it goes to the village you come from, the clan you come from, then it goes to the village and it goes to the town. So everyone is connected one way or the other. And I think that approach is very, it builds a very strong network. And that is what I was speaking to you before we started this recording about how Esports Africa News connects with Africans or esports teams in a communal way, which is great. So in terms of PUBG Africa, are the regions divided in the 5 African regions: West, East, South, North, Central, or are the 54 individual countries connecting to one African region? Is that the approach?
So no, it's more of in the PUBG Mobile geographical scene. Africa is not North Africa. Africa is Sub-Sahara, where we have East, West, South, and Central. That is Africa. That is the Africa bracket in PUBG.